We just won the first ever Oscar for an Indian production. Two women did this. I'm still shivering. That's how Guneet Monga announced it to the world. Guneet Monga and Kartiki Gonsalves, congratulations and thank you for making India proud.
Thank you. We're so happy, over the moon.
And I can see Oscar award behind both of you.
Yeah.
And Guneet, for this, many say that this was India's moment in the Hollywood, which was long time coming. But for you, this is the second award.
So, yes, period end of sentence. In fact, 2010 was my first time attending Oscars, and it was for a short film called Kavi. I was the producer on the film. We were nominated, and I did not win. We did not win. And I was not even, so the way it works is that you're a delegated nominated producer. So I was a producer on the film, but I was not nominated. It was called Kavi. 2019, I was an executive producer on Period End of Sentence. Sikya produced it. And my film won, but the trophy was not for me because I was not nominated. Elephant Whispers 2023. I was nominated, Sikya produced. And I think for even my journey, this has been a long time coming. So here we are.
And what was it like, Kartiki, particularly with where has it ever happened that in a directorial debut, you win the biggest ever award? That is the Oscar itself.
Yes. It's absolutely surreal. I think the story would not have been told without Bowman Belly and Raghu Namu, and it's just, I think we're just absolutely thrilled to receive this great honor. And I just really hope that this lets people, it helps to spread the message of the film and create more awareness and empathy and connection to elephants, and which translates into our connection to other living beings. It's very special, and Netflix, having supported this entire journey, has just been beautiful to have on board, and Guneet and Sikya and all the efforts that have gone into this. Everyone has put in their heart and soul into this, and this is the outcome. I think when you really feel for every single bit of what you do, I think that's something that is really acknowledged by the world, and we're just honored to be here today.
And you said that this award is to my motherland. What was that moment like for both of you? I think when you held that trophy, Guneet, what were you thinking? Just tell me. And you looked so gorgeous in that pink sari.
Thank you. I think it was surreal, and my heart was racing, to be very honest. Completely surreal. I just was jumping, and I was getting ready for my speech. Actually, there was anxiety and there was excitement, and then I knew so many people who were sitting, like people who have mentored me, and there was Eva Duvernay right there, there was Riz Ahmed right there. So I was like looking at them and saying, "Hey guys, it's here." And then I was just getting ready to get on the stage and just scream this, but my speech was cut out, and then I was like, okay, now where do I go? And then every mic that came, so there was this thing called winner's walk, and they take us in a long walk behind the stage, and it's like one photo shoot after another photo shoot after a digital photo shoot and a digital light sign and more mics, and then a massive press conference. So it is a whole winner's walk that we experienced for the first time. And then everybody, I think every volunteer also I met, I was like, do you know this is India's first Oscar?
Yes.
I was like, I was just going crazy. So yeah, that I can't put it in words. It was insane. Yeah.
And Kartiki, you spoke and we heard your winning speech as well. You have talked about coexistence, but you also said that this was about your motherland, India. That moment when two Indian women lifted that award, it means a lot for every Indian, but particularly, I would say it means a lot for every Indian woman.
Yes. India being such a diverse country with so many different aspects of diversity within it, I think it was just such a proud moment, because here we had this tiny little documentary which came from the heart of Tamil Nadu, and it's representing an indigenous community. And India is home to many indigenous communities, which are all very beautiful and live within the deep parts of the forest. And this was really to indigenous communities, to people of India, because we've never been put onto a global stage with such beauty. And I think Guneet and me are just very proud to be behind this documentary and to really take this out to the world. And that's why I said to my motherland, because I grew up here and it's home to me and I love my country. There's so much beauty that we're yet to come out and show the world what India truly is. And this is one such story, but I hope this just encourages young women and documentary filmmakers to really just step outside and explore all the beauty that we have in this country and show the world what we have and what we're capable of. And I think that moment just summed it all in every aspect. And the power of
it even more special because it was an all women, women director, women producer.
100%. Here you have Guneet, who comes from such a beautiful background. She's put in so many years of effort. She knows the tricks of the trade and how to go about everything. Is beautiful because this is my debut documentary, and you really need everyone on your team to be there with you, and that's what was really present. And it's a beautiful journey together. I'll let Guneet take over. I know she has a lot because she's been in this field for so many years. This is my first documentary.
Yes, and Guneet, India has taken center stage globally, and an honor of this nature coming in one of the most tough category, I would say the toughest category, perhaps best documentary short film category, where you had, you were competing against Haulout, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, and The Stranger at the Gate. When you had these as these movies in competition, what was it like? What was going on in your mind when you were at the red carpet?
We've been here for a couple of months. The shortlist came, the film released on 8th of December. And before that, there was a film festival the week of December, the first week of December. So that's when Kartiki came. And then the film released. And then 2 weeks later, we got shortlisted, and then a month later, we got nominated. And then a month later, we won. So it's been 3 months of being here. I came out, I was getting married when the film released, and I was in my honeymoon when we got shortlisted. So when we got nominated, I came out here. Kartiki has been here throughout. It's been a whole couple of months of putting our work out there. And the documentary space has many kinds of filmmaking. It has an archival format, it has a verite format, and all the documentaries were really powerful and globally the best ones. And all of them had done year-round of festivals, won major festivals, and of course then come and nominated. And we just released on 8th of December. But it is also the power of Netflix. It's literally like putting a hoarding on the moon. The whole world got to see the film, and we started getting fan art. And there was a film that had Malala as an EP in our category. And the campaign, the word out there, the screenings, it's been a whirlwind. It's overwhelming, amazing, and also extremely exhausting. You can't really take that away because it's a film that we've been on it. I mean, Kartiki's been on it for 5+ years. I've been on it for 3+ years. And then when it releases, and then the whole work that goes in the campaign, it's a lot. And when that win happened, I mean, it was surreal. Just so grateful, just so proud that we were allowed, we were heard, seen, and allowed to represent our country in the best way, and it is a moment in time that will always stay with us and will outlive us.
And has it sunk in?
I think when we come back home, I think here we are still in our Airbnbs and we're all leaving this week. I think it needed a day to settle in. I actually, my heartbeat was so fast, like it was racing, so there's a lot of pressure, which you can't, you can't ignore. So, yeah.
And expectations of over 1 billion Indians who perhaps had tuned in at 6 a.m. to see whether it was these, nominations will actually be the winners. Natu, and then you, and also Deepika's presence. There was a lot of Asia representation.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes. How was it like? I mean, all this happening at the same time.
It's a moment in time for sure. It is inclusivity at its best, I feel, because here is a Telugu film, we are a Tamil film. Deepika comes from the Hindi film industry. All that breathes is from the Hindi film industry. It is a huge deal to be even nominated. You have to be best in the world. I mean, all that breathes one can, and to be here and nominated. So I know we are all discussing the winners, but we all represented India in full strength, in all its color, in all its diversity. And it's amazing to see like a massive footprint film, RRR, that has captured everyone's attention. Then to have Deepika there, then to have Shaunak and his entire team with All That Breathes, and us with our Tamil film. So, yeah.
And Kartiki, you managed to speak to your family. What was the reaction like?
They are here, in fact. They were at the Oscars. It was such a beautiful moment to have them by my side. They're my rock. They've been there throughout. And it's just been a beautiful journey. In fact, my mother was the story writer on this film. So it was just a beautiful experience to have my family here with me. It would have felt very incomplete without them.
And the story that you're telling, it is about a lot of resilience and patience as well. I mean, to go through those hundreds of hours of footage, if I'm not wrong, and 5 years of shooting. Yes. Did at any moment you realize this was too much of a hard work, whether I should continue or not?
Not at all, because this journey actually began with a personal relationship between Bowman and me, and then Belly and Raghu and all of that. So it came from a very personal space. And today they're family. In fact, Bowman and Belly said, you cannot get married without our blessings. Mm-hmm. And it means so much to me, because it just shows how far we've come. We've just built these lifelong bonds, and not just with Bowman and Belly, but with the elephants as well. They're definitely going to outlive me. But I think on the overall front, it's just really beautiful. We had 450 hours of footage. Yes. And we really just took out this beautiful, unique bond that this beautiful family shares. And that's the story that we came out with. So it was easy to go through the 450 hours and really focus on what is truly unique. And I'm glad that that's what the world has come to see now, because that just shows coexistence on a whole different scale, and how you can have a wild animal, and you can have humans, and you can see them coexist together in the most beautiful ways. And I think that's what really went out and touched people across the world from every nook and corner. As Guneet said, we had all this beautiful fan art, and that came from all parts of the world, and that was so touching to see. So it's been a very beautiful journey.
And Kartiki, when you win Oscar in your directorial debut, and I'm going to say that again and again, because your first movie as a director, and you won the biggest award. What next for you?
Wow. It'll take a little bit of time to slowly get off the Oscar run. It'll take a little bit of time, since as Guneet rightly said, I've been here since December, and I'm looking forward to coming back home. My dog will be waiting for me when I return, and it's very special to be able to come back to India and come back feeling proud that we have this with us. So I think that's going to be very beautiful. And going forward, I'm just going to go out there and tell more stories. I think there's an ocean of beautiful stories out there, and the world is waiting.
And Guneet, the fact is that, you have emphasized on women coming together for a production of this nature. And the magic unfolds when you have complete sync as far as you and Kartiki are concerned. How did that, semblance or coming together happen? I mean, what was it like that you were completely in sync with each other?
I think years of work putting together, knowing each other, you become friends on the journey. You become, about each other. We come from the indie world. We've stayed in each other's houses making this movie. It's not been like, it's been over the years. And I think, it's so beautiful to just be in a relationship of supporting each other throughout the journey. For me, I've been on it for 15 plus years, and it's, I feel like a mission in my life to be able to have more women tell stories. As a producer, I feel I need to be able to do that. So I was overjoyed when Kartiki brought this story to me, and looking at her purest vision, I just wanted to make sure she has the best time making this happen, and also has everything available to her, whatever she wanted, needed over the years. And as a producer, being there, nurturing it together with her and holding the light for her. And that means the most to me.
And your final thought, what will you be telling Indians today? Because it's been over 24 hours. You have won the award, and I can see that beautiful trophy just behind you. Hold it for our viewers and tell us what you're thinking right now.
I would just say that this is for India. This is because I said this on the mic that I got, that we manifested this together, and honestly, my heartbeat was racing very hard, very, very hard after the award. And I was worried, and I wrote to some friends, and a friend of mine replied back saying, it is 1.4 billion heartbeats beating with you. So you have that. So I was like, okay. So yeah, it is for our country, and it is for the passion of filmmaking.
Yes. Kartiki, your final word.
Because
I've been told to wrap up this conversation, although I wish to just keep talking to two phenomenal women, certainly.
I strongly believe that I think imagery has a unique power to change minds, and storytelling is bringing stories that inspire, raise awareness, and ultimately affect change in documentary filmmaking. And I think there are things that are completely universal, because our relationship to nature and animals, for instance. And I just really hope that cinema becomes more inclusive and attracting people who've not had a voice before, and also showcasing their images to the world and exploring different perspectives. And I think India is the heart of this. We have so many different cultures, different languages, diversity, and India is just astoundingly beautiful. So I think we should just step out there and open our eyes and go out with and awe the world with the beauty of India.
And before I let you go, Guneet, your forecast for 96th Oscars, what will be India's position like? We have won 2. Thanks to you and Natu Natu. What do you think 96th Oscars would look like for India?
More inclusive. Even more inclusive. I think with Everything Everywhere All at Once, with Natu Natu, with All That Breathes, with Deepika, with, I think the South Asian community here, led by Priyanka Chopra, Anjula, Mindy Kaling, everybody came out to support. So it's the world of inclusivity. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you again for making us proud.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.